I'd like to share with you this week's Parshas Vayetze something very nice from the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Levi Yitzchok Zatzal. We find in this week's Parsha, when Yaakov came down to work for Lavan, so he worked for him, and all of a sudden Lavan tells him, I don't want you to work for nothing. Tell me what's your salary, I'll pay you. Then the pasuk continues, doesn't say how much Yaakov agreed with him, it just says, Lavan had two daughters, Leah, Shem Hagdoila Leah, Shem Haktana Rachel. The older one was Leah, the younger one was Rachel. And he says, I'll work for you for your daughters. For 7 years, I'll work for Rachel, and later on he worked another 7 years for Leah. There's a very interesting medrash. The medrash, and every word asks Rebbe Levi Yitzchok is so exact. The medrash says, Lavan said to Yaakov, the average wage of different types of work, there's a type of work which is you get 10 coins a day. Another type of work, which are easier work, where you get 6 coins a day. And let's talk how much I'll pay you. But he picked over here 2 numbers. A work which you get a value of 10 coins and a value of 6 coins. Ask Rabbi Levi Yitzchok, why does the Torah or the Medrash pick exactly these 2 numbers, 10 and 6? So Rabbi Levi Yitzchok something so beautiful. And he says like this, that the wage of Yaakov, the value of his work, was 10 coins and 6 coins. 10 is Yud, the letter Yud. 6 is the letter Vav. Look how beautiful this is. We spoke once before that Rav Shimon ben Yochai in Zohar reveals when the Torah says the words Shem Hagdoila Leah, Shem Haktana Rachel, you have to read it Hey Gdoila and Hey Kitana, which means like this, very simple. We all know that there's 4 letters in Hashem's name, Yud, K, Vav, K. In a nutshell, in our service to Hashem, the Yud goes in our Etzem HaNeshama, our essence. The Hey goes on our understanding, Bina. The Vav it's brought down into our feelings, our midos, our emotional feelings to Hashem, love and fear of Hashem, and its offshoots. And then the final Hey is how it comes down into Maaseh B'Poel, into action. And that's the interesting difference between Leah and Rachel. Leah symbolizes the service, which is called Moichin, understanding of Hashem, which is basically the learning of Torah. And Rachel is Hey, the last Hey Ketana, which goes on the actual Maaseh B'Poel. We once said, just in short, that's the difference between Leah and Rachel. The Rebbe's father brings out 3 differences. Leah, she was hidden. She's buried underground. Her marriage was hidden. Doesn't mention her death in the Torah. Everything is concealed with her. Rachel, everything is revealed. Her marriage was revealed. Yaakov knew who he's marrying. Her burial is above ground. She has a matzeva. And also it mentions her death, her passing in the Torah. Because by Rachel, everything is revealed. You do a mitzvah, you see it. But Torah, Hey Law, the Hey Gdoila, that's more in the mind, and Bina, which is concealed from the flesh eye. So that's everything in her life was more concealed. Now you'll see so beautiful. When there is the unity of Yaakov and Leah, that's the first letter of Hashem's name, the Yud, the first letter of also Yaakov's name, the Yud, and Leah, and the Hey. So it's a unity of Yud Hey, which means when your neshama learns Torah, at that moment there is the Chibur, there is the unity of Yud K, and that's the unity and the marriage of Yaakov and Leah. Yaakov also symbolizes a person's emotions, his Avat Hashem and Yirat Hashem. When that comes down into the action, that's the unity of Yaakov and Rachel. These will learn Chassidus and Torah. The Torah that Rebbe speaks about this a lot. There's 2 levels of unity a person has with Hashem. There's the Yichud, the unity of Yaakov and Leah, Yud K, and there's the unity which is Torah, and then there's the unity of Vav K, the person's, his neshama, his feelings, his emotion to Hashem, and how he connects to something begashmis into something physical. It's called yichud ruchni and yichud gufni. The ruchnius and the gashmius. Now you see how beautiful it is. What was the value of work? The Medrash wanted to hint. There is the Yud of Hashem and the Vav of Hashem. Yud is 10, Vav is 6. When you have the Yichud, the unity of Yaakov and Leah, that's 10. Yud with Hey, the Hey Gedoyle with Leah. That's the Ruchnis, the Torah learning unity of the Neshama. When you have Vovke, Vav is 6. That's the six coins of the value of the work. That connects to Rochel. This is what Yaakov told Lavan. I'm not here for physical money. I know my value work is 10 and 6. I want over here Ruchnius. I want to have a marriage over here that will connect to your two daughters, to Leah and to Rachel, and this will establish, I'll give an example of every Yid. He should connect to Hashem in both ways, in Ruchnius and Gashmius, learning Torah and doing mitzvahs, the Yichud of Yaakov and Leah, and the Yichud of Yaakov and Rachel.